Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ocean Outlast Expert. I hope everyone's doing great today. I know that I am. We're jumping right back on into things today. And honestly, haven't played this pack in a couple of days now. So nothing really new to update you guys on. We did not stream this for once. We actually tried out Sevtech Ages of the Sky on our Monday stream of this past week. And then we actually streamed on Thursday, and we will be streaming today because today is Friday, and we're starting Rage 2 over on the stream. So if you guys are interested in that, feel free to check out my Twitch link in the description down below. But anyways, it has been some time since I last recorded, and obviously the last episode was all around our PSI mod and getting up and going with our PSI medals, which is perfect because we definitely needed to have that going in order for us to progress in certain aspects, especially with our upgraded storage remote, which allows us to access this bad boy from anywhere, from any distance, and still have crafting embedded in the UI of the remote, which is awesome. It's exactly what we wanted. Now, there's another tier like we mentioned before, but we're not going to get to that just now because it does take a little bit more resources that we haven't quite gotten to yet. We need to get to the end to do it, which is kind of funny that we haven't gotten to the end yet, but there's just so much other stuff that you can do before you even need to progress to the end. I don't see the need to push for it right away. But anywho, so you might be wondering what we're doing on today's episode. Well, we're getting into something that we probably should have gotten into some time ago, and that is fossils and archaeology. That is right, we are jumping into Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, any of those movies in that series, and we're gonna get going on this because there's a few items in the modified crafting recipes that we need from this mod. For example, if we go over to our fluid transposer, we need 6 ancient glass. Now the funny thing is that we've actually picked up ancient glass along the way. As you can see here, we already have the 6 that we need, but I did really want to get into this because it seems really cool. It's a cool additional mod, and I'm sure that there's going to be other recipes that are going to require items from this mod in order to get going. So, with that being said, let's just jump on into what we got to do today. So let's pull it up in JEI here. So I already forgot. I just literally listed the name of the mod, and I already forgot it. Fossils. It's fossils. I know what I'm doing. All right, so fossils, we can click off of it. So as you can see, we have roughly 3 whole pages of items from this mod, which is pretty cool. And we can actually get enchanted books as well, which could really help us if we're trying to get more fossils from what you find in the ground. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's get our book up and running. That would be our first task here. And I believe it's just the Dinopedia that we need. And I do need to be in my actual inventory here. Let's pull these over. So I do need a book. I'm always missing at least one thing. Let's get 2 books in there. So we're prepared next time we do need a book. So let's get our Dinopedia. That's going to complete our quest there. So we can collect on that. We do get a cracked chest, which I don't believe we've gotten one of these before. So let's move our focusing rod out of here. Let's actually stick it away for the time being. I am going to grab our magnetization ring here and stick it back on our inventory because we do need it. Well, we don't need it, but I would like to have it. And let's open this bad boy up. So we got a tartar sauce. It's kind of a funny play on words there. And this is actually from Fossils and Archaeology. Okay, so it sounds like these cracked chests that we get as rewards are going to contribute to our Fossils and Archaeology progression. Now, as you can see, we actually have that up here, but we need to progress a little bit farther on certain things before we get there. So let's open this up first and foremost. Can we even open it up? I don't think so. I don't even think we can open it. I think it's just to have it. And we kind of populate it as we discover more and more dinosaurs. So let's get a workbench going. That would be our next thing here. I'll bookmark it right here. I actually think we already have one. That is the weird thing. We've been picking things up as we go along. No, we have a sifter and we have an analyzer. And we have some ancient glass. But that is about it. We do not actually have the workbench. So we can actually craft that one up. If I had a workbench. Do I have any wood on me? I do have some wood on me. We're just going to do this. Save us some time. I don't know why There we go. Don't know why that acted weird there. Okay. And we will grab our workbench. Cool. So now we have our workbench up and going. It belongs in a museum is our quest progression there. And we are going to want to find a good place to stick this stuff. Now, what would be really cool is if we had an island set up that was dedicated to it, you know, had a bunch of sand on it. Like, it would be extremely cool. Now, unfortunately, we don't have that right now, but we could eventually get there if we really, really wanted to. So I think for the time being, do we want to utilize this island over here? We could utilize this island. I could clear it out a little bit and get it set up over here. It would be kind of cool. Well, I might use this actually for something else. Well, I do have that over there too. All right. I think I will use this island. We'll use this island for our archaeology stuff. We do need to expand our farms here too. So many things we have to do. All right, let me clear out a little bit of space in here, and I'll bring you on back when we're ready to progress a little bit farther. All right, guys. So as per usual, I went a little bit overboard. I mentioned in the start of the episode how it'd be kind of cool if we had like a little island where we could do like archaeological digs and things like that. Well, yeah, I kind of went ahead. I destroyed the whole island, or I just terraformed it down to its base. I used our exchanging tool, and I exchanged out a lot of the normal dirt and stone for sandstone and just normal sand. And this is where we have ultimately landed up. I do need another torch though. Now that I'm flying around, I'm noticing a little area right here where we're gonna want a torch. But yeah, so this is our new fossils and archaeological area, which is pretty cool. I'm excited for it. It's gonna obviously grow as we progress through things, but let me take you in and show you what we got going. So obviously we're over here. This is our farm area. We'll maybe extend a farm a little bit farther. I'll have to fix the road a little bit here as well. But we come off here and we kind of come off the beaten path, and that was kind of the vibe that I'm going for on this. And we come over here and we have our nice little hut area. So it's just made out of wool with some carpeting up there, and then these banners as well to give it like a fabric-y, feely, open vibe to it. As I'm walking around, I'm realizing that we need to claim this area. We have not claimed it yet, so we definitely want to do that so it does not get destroyed on us. If a creeper were to sneak up and decide that it's going to destroy some stuff, it won't do it now because we have it claimed, which is perfect. So with that being said, I did place down our crafting workbench, or our workbench in general, our archaeological workbench, so we can click on in here and we have a whole new thing that we can utilize. Now, I did forget to go ahead and collect the quest rewards here. So we're going to get a little bit of money and another cracked chest here. So we're going to get an ancient javelin. Ooh, that looks actually pretty fancy. If we hop into here, we can go back to our fossils area so we can see what all we have for this mod. Now, the next thing in our quest progression we need to get up and going is a sifter. Now, we already actually have one going, so I'm not going to recraft it. But here you go. You can look at the recipe here yourself. So you just need some string, iron bars, and some planks. Pretty straightforward. I found one along my journeys, so I'm not going to be worrying about getting that up and going. Now, as you can see, we have a whole thing in here. We can see our recipes. So if we put something in the sifter, we have a chance of different things. So if we put dirt in there, there's a chance of getting all these different things. If we put a volcanic ash, it's something different, and so on and so forth. So it's really just sifting through certain things. Oh, I didn't even realize that you could put parrot bait in there. There's actually more things in there than I was actually anticipating there being in there, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool that they have different options, and as you can see, there's so many things you could sort through here and figure out what you could utilize. Like crushed diorite we could use to get some pottery shards, and so on and so forth. Crushed netherrack, so a whole slew of things. I'm not going to worry on it right now. We're going to keep moving along. So we're going to collect our rewards and our chest. So once the first floor slots have items in them, the sifter will only produce those items. So these 4 slots here, it'll only, once they're filled up, it'll only produce those items. So something good to keep in mind there. Then finally, the last thing that we need, the last machine to get us up and going, is an analyzer. So an analyzer is just some iron ingots and a biofossil and a relic scrap. Now, I'm pretty positive we already have all of the necessary components. Actually, we don't have the bio piece of it, surprisingly. Let's see here. Do we have it over here? Let's click over to it real quick. There's the analyzer. Right? Is that not the analyzer? Why is it not letting us click on it? So we don't have the bio, right? Which we could get from a sifter. If you don't have that up and going, that's what we didn't have, right? Or no, we do have the biofossil in that. So a lot of this stuff you can get from the sifter if you already don't have it, but you can also find it from fossils that you'll find down in the stone as you're digging through. We've obviously encountered a whole bunch of them already, so I'm not going to worry on it. But we already found an analyzer along our journeys, so I'm going to grab that, place it right here. I don't think it needs power. We're going to have to find out as we go. I'm not super familiar with this mod, so we're going to kind of go with it as we can. Now, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of different things that we can use this analyzer for, throwing different things in here, getting possible outcomes from it, which is really, really cool. And I don't think there was any wording around it. Nope. But we do get another cracked chest, which gets us a Titanus wishbone. Quite interesting there. Now, the other thing, too, is if you come upon a lot of these different things, you can always look at the usefulness of it. So if you hover over the item and you press U, it'll pop up what it can be used in. So, for example, for us, we could plop it in our analyzer, and there is a chance to actually get Titanus DNA from it. We could also get a bone, or we could get bone meal from it. So, something to keep in mind. Now, let's go back to our quest progression. I thought I heard something. Oh, just chameleons. We are going to have a lot of chameleons over here. So, there's a few more things. So, there's tar drops, which basically would want us to get tar. Now, there's a few different options for us to get this, I believe. So you could get a tar bucket, which you would have to get that from smelting. This is, I think, the best way for you to do it. So if you wanted to get tar, you're going to want to use your smeltery, and you could use charcoal, you could use a tar fossil, or you could use some other tar objects as well that you might find along your journeys. But realistically, the best thing for you to do is to put some coal in there. So you know what? For the purposes of us going through this, we're going to do it. I know we already have some tar that we got from our first cracked chest, but I figured it would be a good experience for us to go down and get some of it made up ourselves in our smeltery. So we'll hop down here, go all the way down to our basement. How is our inventory looking here? I do just want to be cautious because obviously we don't want it to mix with anything. That is the thing you're always going to want to be a little bit, you want to keep an eye out for, is that things don't mix in together. So we'll get 9 of them. I think that's a relatively good place to start. If we were to go back and look at it, tar droplets, which we can get tar in here. So we do need a nugget cast. So let's actually get one of those going too. Why not? We're here, and it would be extremely useful for you guys to see how that works. I'm sure many of you probably already know how it all works, but I think it's useful. So we'll grab that. We'll make sure that our gold is on the bottom, which it is. I don't know if that's going to be enough though. And actually, I don't know if we can utilize the lapis ingot nugget for it. Let's try a different one. We could always use something. We'll use gold. I think I hear something getting mad at us. Definitely hear something getting mad at us. But unfortunately, we do have to throw a little bit more gold in here. I'll grab like 2 more ingots. Throw it on in there. Take our time in a bottle and bump up this production speed a little bit here. And that'll get put in. We'll put it down to the bottom, and we'll get that poured out and get our nugget cast. Now, you do lose the nugget that you placed in there, so just be cautious. Don't use something that you definitely want to hold on to. And for us, it worked perfectly fine. So we'll take our 9 pieces of coal, it'll get put in there. We get tar, and that'll give us 9 nuggets. So you can just put them out just like so, and it gets us our progression. Super, super easy to do. But again, you do want to have your smeltery up and going here in order to get this done. Now, you can also automate your smeltery. There's plenty of videos showing you how to do that. But I believe you could just put a hopper underneath these tables and it'll automatically pull them out. And you could put a chest attached to that hopper and it'll kind of dump it right into that chest. Or if you wanted to link it up to, let's say, your simple storage network, you could do that as well. And since we're here, let's just take a quick peek and see how we're doing with our compression here. So we do have 2 quadruple compressed cobblestone, and we have 3 quintuple compressed cobblestone. It's going to take a while. It's going to keep going for quite some time. I don't expect that to be done anytime soon. So let's head back over to our dig site here. I feel like I need like an archaeological hat and everything. And I'll add more to this. I was thinking maybe we'll get some terracotta. Maybe just add some more to it. Maybe we'll put some skulls around here. We might dig down a little bit, like in a spiral, to make it look like you're actually digging and finding stuff. It's some cool ideas I've come up with, but this is just the start for it. All right, so we have our tar, so we should be able to complete our quest there. And we get another cracked chest. So a Spinosaurus sail. Interesting. We shall hold on to that. Now let's look at what one of our next ones are. So we could get a tar fossil up and going. We could also get 4 bio goo. Now how do we get the bio goo? This is actually kind of interesting. So we do need an egg. We need flesh. We could use rotten flesh, milk. Yeah, so we need an egg. So how do we get an egg? That might be a good thing to figure out. It's kind of interesting that you have to use that to get that. But it looks like we could use an egg. Okay. Oh, we can use a normal egg. We don't have to use a dinosaur egg. So that's actually pretty straightforward to make. So we just need a bucket of milk, some rotten flesh, some wheat, and some eggs. So we should be able to get that up and going. Now I should have a bucket. I don't know why these are chilling in here. But let's get a bucket. Maybe. I hate when it does it. Sometimes it clicks off for no apparent reason. Okay. So I don't have a bucket at the ready, which is a bit unfortunate because buckets aren't the easiest to make. You have to have the iron plates for it. So I'll have to get some iron plates up and going. I'm just going to make a whole stack because we use them. It's not like we don't use them. And that's what I definitely would recommend. If you have enough resources for it to have them sitting around, I definitely would recommend just making a whole bunch of platings at a time because there's no doubt that you will use it down the line, and it's a lot easier to have them on hand rather than to have to do this and go through this whole process. So what I'll do, I'll get this bucket up and going. Well, I'll get the plates, get the bucket, and then I'll get everything together so we can get that bio goo up and going. So with that being said, guys, we will be right back. Well, guys, I was getting everything together and I was going to come over here to get a bucket of milk, and I realized that all of our animals are gone. Not 100% sure how that happened, but I believe you can come in here and you can actually buy one, or you could buy like an egg. Yeah, you can buy a morb with a cow in it. So I'm just going to do that. The other option was just to go out and try to explore and find one, but it's fine. So we just need to get a little bit of milk from you, buddy, so we can get this up and going. And we actually have, I'm surprised that we have that. Now do I have eggs in here? Holy smokes, I don't even have eggs. Wow, okay, hold on. All right, guys, you don't even realize how hard it was to get one singular egg, considering none of my chickens were there anymore. And I didn't have any in my storage for some reason. Actually, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, I might have had some somewhere. Just out of curiosity now, I gotta look. Because I didn't think to look here before. Okay, no. There's no egg in there, which is good. I would have been a little bit bummed out if there was one chilling in there. But we do need to move that stuff into our kitchen at some point. But okay, so we got our goo. So we can come back over here. The other thing I did get up and going is I put in a little area here for a villager. So this guy we picked up from a village that was relatively close by. It's actually just right over there. And he is a archaeologist. So what we can do is we can trade with him. He takes two emeralds, I should say, for a relic scrap. We can give him some pottery shards for an emerald. Or right now we can give him an emerald for the workbench. So he'll have more stuff as we utilize him, but I figured I would plop him over there because he seems like he would definitely be useful. So let's complete this quest. So we're gonna get some money and our cracked chest, which is gonna give us a stone tablet actually. Now thinking on that, I did want to come into here because these are the Minecraft progressions here. Now the Minecraft progressions will have their own space for each mod that you can then progress through if you wanted to do so. And it offers a little bit more insight into what you're looking at, rather than just the Feed the Beast ones. So for here, we got our analyzer up and going, and it makes something of these ancient remains. So you can put ancient remains in there like we saw and get some stuff out of it. So obtain ancient fossil seeds from analyzing a plant fossil. We didn't actually do that, but we probably picked it up along the way. Obtain DNA using from analyzing biofossils. So we'll put some biofossils in there. And then obtain a stone tablet from analyzing the relic scraps. And as you can see, it kind of, you know, bumps down into different tiers here. Now we did craft the Dinopedia in order to learn more about our prehistoric creatures, but we can't actually utilize it until we get some more research done around it, I should say. So we could do a tar fossil next, which is just putting tar into our analyzer. So that's easy enough to do. So let's utilize this analyzer, throw our tar in there, and it's just gonna go through it. It does not need power like I thought. And it is a low percent chance, unfortunately. So we're just gonna kind of have to let it sit and go. And hopefully, oh, well, there we go. Okay, I'm just about to cut away, but we got it. We got our tar fossil, which is awesome. Fossil fuel. So it's gonna give us some money and another cracked chest here, which is awesome. Let's see what we got from this bad boy. Another biofossil, which is kind of cool. So now that all kind of leads into the culture vat. Now it doesn't really, again, talk much on it in here. It's a very straightforward recipe to actually do. But there's also this path over here, which actually gives you a dimension that you can go and visit. So, what is this? This is actually interesting. So we need a broken Enderman figurine, broken zombie figurine, a mysterious figurine, damaged, broken. This is actually pretty interesting. And we just get those through relic scraps in there, and you don't have a very high chance of getting them. All right, I mean, that's what we'll go with then. So, well, it did say to take biofossil and throw it into our analyzer. And it could give us a good chance of getting DNA. So we'll throw that in there and we'll let it run for a hot second. And maybe we'll get our culture vat up and going as well. So if I go back to fossils, and as you can see, we have a lot of relic scraps, that is for sure. We actually do have skull lanterns here too. I'm actually gonna take these. Let's just place them around over here. I don't know if that's gonna act good enough for us, but kind of cool looking. All right, I already forgot what I was coming in here for. Oh, the vat. That is right. We need the vat. There's actually some cool additional things in here as well that I'm just now seeing. And I'm guessing this is from the other dimension too, where we can get these different types of shrubberies here, which is pretty cool. Ooh. Interesting. There's a lot of cool stuff. Okay, I'm getting distracted. So easily distracted. What do we got? Pretty much everything except for the bucket of water. Did we lose our bucket? Nope, we got our bucket, which is perfect. So let's get a bucket of water here. And we should be able to throw that in there. And we'll get our culture vat. Pretty easy to do. So we'll throw it down there. I don't think it needs power either, but we will obviously find out as we go through it. I don't think we still can't get into the Dinopedia, which makes sense. So we'll get some money and another chest. And we got a scratching post. Interesting. I don't know what that's used for. Toys can be placed near prehistoric creatures to entertain them. Okay. Well, there we go. We could get a whole Jurassic Park up and going here. It's awesome. It's like a cat scratching post. Let's see what we got. Ooh, we got some Parasaurolophus. Oh my gosh, I butchered it. I butchered the name. Well, we got some DNA, which is awesome. Now, it didn't pop up in here because obviously we would have to like get an actual egg from it. So we could take a peek at the DNA. And what we can do is we could place it in the culture vat. Just like so, with some goo. And it should turn this into an egg for us, which would be kind of cool to see. I think. It doesn't really show us any progression here. At least it doesn't seem like it is. Oh, maybe it is a little bit. Oh, it's so hard to tell. Let me throw some items away into our storage here, because we got a lot of junk on us right now. A lot of junk we don't need. Get back to that. And let's grab our time in a bottle. Let's just see really quick. Yeah, you can see it's slowly but surely, but I probably could bump it up with the time in a bottle. Yeah, we'll bump it up to full capacity here. Get the ball rolling. And bada bing, bada boom, we have our first dinosaur fossil. We've made the advancement, eggs. But that is part of the Minecraft one here. And holy smokes, look at the amount of stuff it has opened up in the Minecraft one. Now, the Feed the Beast one doesn't have as many as this, but it's pretty cool. You can obviously pace yourself through all of these and find a bunch of different things. We could also get into cloning, which is kind of cool. But I think it would also restore fossilized seeds to a living state in the culture vat. 2 remaining. I wonder if we can use... Don't we have... Maybe we don't have the seeds that I was thinking of. Maybe not. I'm not seeing... No, I'm not seeing them. We could throw these relic scraps in there. Into the analyzer. See what we get out of it. I'll bump it up a little bit here with our time in a bottle. So we're gonna get... We got stone tablet. Got some flint. I don't know what these stone tablets are. Ancient forms of the art. Oh, okay. So we're getting a bunch of these boys. Can I use these? I can't use them. And what's the point of these? Like, what can we realistically use these for? They don't really help us. All right, we're taking those out of there. And instead, we're going to put our biofuel fossils in there. Biofossils. Because that'll actually get us the good stuff. All right, let's take our dinosaur egg here. And I'm a little cautious, but we can move things around, so I'll keep that in mind. I don't know if I can, like, speed this up at all. Nope, I cannot speed it up at all. So we just kind of have to let it sit and go. I don't know how long it takes either. It would be nice to know how long it takes. I mean, there's a chance to get DNA. And we're just having no luck getting any DNA from it. Oh, there we go. Ooh, looks like a bird. Oh, I'm excited. This is really cool. I've never, like I said, I never have really gotten into this mod before. So being able to get into it now and understand it a little bit more is pretty cool. Ooh, so we can use this for some of the weapons as well. Weapons and armor. And this is where we use the relic scraps from. Well, we can use some of the relic scraps from. So I'll throw some of these in here. I think it'll hold it, right? And we do have the broken ancient sword. We can throw that in there. And that should fix it. Oh, it's taking its dandy old time here. Come on, bump it up a little bit here. We got stuff to do. Wow, it does take up a lot of them. And there we go. We got an ancient sword. Which is a quest progression here. So we're going to get money, a hunter's crate, and a cracked crate, which is pretty cool. We'll open these up. Got a skull block. And we got some ground rabbit. Oh, that's kind of gross. Put that boy right there. Keep some skulls around the camp. You know, keep up morale. All right, we're going to do one last thing before we wrap up the episode here. Because that boy is going to take its time. We do have the ancient helmet as well. So we can throw that in there. Obviously, we're going to bump up the time with our time in a bottle. Because we can't be sitting around waiting for this all day. And there we go. We got our ancient helmet as well. Ooh, what is that? Ender boar. From Ender.io. An infinite reservoir of water. Wow. Okay. Well, that's actually pretty nice to have. Oh, our egg has hatched. Oh, boys, are you ready? Are you ready? Oh my god, look at him! Where did he go? Wow, it's really, really loud when they make that noise. Look at the little baby. Jeez, why? I don't know why it's so loud for that. Can I turn that down? Options. I mean, I have everything pretty far down. Oh, and you can't use the mob in prison. Oh, I can. Okay. Oh, thank God. All right, we're gonna try to place him down here. It's so hard to see him, and I don't think. I mean, he'll get bigger as he goes, right? Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Let's grab him again. Where you at, buddy? Oh my gosh. The noise. I can't stand the noise. He's just running all over the place. He doesn't want to sit still. Alright. Alright, guys. Well, we're going to wrap up the episode there. I'm going to have to figure out what we're going to do with these guys. Because I definitely want to turn off that sound. It's really, really annoying. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. Or if you guys know, you'll have to let me know. Because there's nothing in here for them, unfortunately. So, yeah. Alright, guys. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below. Or better yet, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. If you want to see anything specifically. If you're new to the channel, you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and bell notification. It'll let you know every single time a new episode is posted to the channel. I do stream over on Twitch, like I mentioned earlier. Currently, we're playing Rage 2. So if you want to stop on by and have a great time with me and some of the other people from the community, feel free to check that out in the link down below, as well as my link to the Discord if you want to stay up to date with everything that is going on here on the channel, as well with the stream. So guys, with that being said, thank you for sticking through till the end. I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy.